Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. And today we are reviewing the Vintage Collection Deluxe Pack, Ahsoka Tano and Grogu, and this is when they're on Corvus in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. This was actually the first figure. I don't know if it came out before the single-carded one, if it started showing up before the single-carded one, or after, but I know it was the first one announced for VC from The Mandalorian, so technically it should be the first one for Mando Ahsoka in VC, I think. And there is one thing that bugs me about this pack. It's labeled Ahsoka Tano and Grogu, but Morai's here too. And Morai is the owl creature that is Ahsoka's companion, silent guardian, watchful protector. The Dark Knight. Okay, not actually the Dark Knight, but as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I just realized this is going in a different direction. Anyway, Morai is an interesting character in Star Wars. There are many in Star Wars who speculate that she is either the daughter of the Mortis gods or simply a companion imbued with her spirit. It's ambiguous. It's ambiguous because in Star Wars canon, in some depictions of the Mortis gods, Morai is seen with the sister. So it's ambiguous as to whether or not she is the sister herself, just as one of her forms, or a creature companion imbued with part of her spirit, and separate but also the same. That's where it gets confusing. But Ahsoka says she saved my life. That's a direct quote from Ahsoka. I mean, of course, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. That's not the exact word she used, but she did use she and saved and my life. So there is that. And we know that, of course, the daughter did give her life force for Ahsoka's, which after that, that's kind of when Morai somewhat started sticking with Ahsoka and looking after her. Of course, we don't really see her so much in the Clone Wars, but we do see her in Rebels. We do see her in The Mandalorian, which is why she's released in this pack. So it's really, at this point, kind of open to interpretation as to who or what Morai is. It is my belief that she is, in fact, the sister or the daughter in some capacity. So in that case, this is the first and so far only figure of one of the Mortis gods, or somebody with their somewhat representation, which I think is actually really, really cool. And that's where my disappointment with the packaging on this one is I feel as though, since this isn't just a simple creature, this is in itself a character, I feel as though it should have been showcased a little bit better, other than just, you know, being photographed on the box with the other figures, you know, especially since they went to the trouble of highlighting it right here in the packaging anyway, you know. I mean, yeah, it should have said Ahsoka and Morai and Grogu. I mean, yes, awesome Grogu, another millionth release of Grogu, a million billion more Grogus. You know, I'm on that campaign of let's get millions of Grogus out there. I want a Grogu with every single figure. But We've gotten several Grogus in Vintage Collection at this point. The Morai's a little bit more exciting in this pack than another Grogu. I mean, I can't be the only one who thinks that. I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure somebody in the comments is already actively going, yeah, I'm with you, man. The owl is so much cooler than Grogu. And it is, because we've gotten a lot of Grogus. We didn't really need another Grogu release, especially in one of these deluxe packs. This isn't even the first deluxe pack release of Grogu, you know. So we've gotten a lot of Grogus. I feel as though Morai is the better value here with Ahsoka, of course. I mean, this Ahsoka figure is awesome. Anyway, enough about all that background stuff and who should be labeled on the packaging out of them. Let's get on to the figures themselves. And here we have Ahsoka right here, and then in the tissue paper wrapped up is everything else, hopefully. Hopefully we're not missing anything. And you just pull Ahsoka out of that little spot there. I love how this one comes with the cloak this time. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Other than that, it's pretty much the same figure from what I can tell. Wish I had the other figure on hand with me right now and then I could compare them. And then in the tissue paper, hey, there he is. There's Grogu. Yay, he's here. He's here, everybody. He's here. Oh, wait. Is there something else in there? Oh, it fell out. What is that? A rock. Cool. We got a rock, everybody. And like I was saying, Ahsoka looks really, really good. I love the cloth goods cloak here with her. I think that's really nice. Fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders. Single jointed elbows. Wrist joints. Waist. Hips. Single jointed knees with those big knee joints. Ankle joints. Oh, and upper thigh before I forget. She does come with her twin lightsabers. So there's that. And I love the very clear blade. It looks a little bit more opaque. A little bit more milky, I guess, on the box art than it actually looks in hand. So I like that the sabers turned out a little bit clearer for the in hand. I think that looks just a little bit better personally. There we go. There's that. And then there's the other one. Now the hilts, the blades do not come out of the hilts on this one. She does not come with extra hilts to just put onto her belt or whatever. So as far as displaying her with her sabers with this figure, this is what you get. You can put them in her hands or you can not put them in her hands, and those are your options. Not bad options, but those are your options. Here is the Grogu figure because we can't not show off Grogu. So there he is. I do like this Grogu. This is a new VC Grogu. It is a totally new mold. And I like how he's got his hands stretched out because, you know, he's trying to do the Force there. They're trying to get him to show his powers. As far as articulation goes, his head's on a ball joint, and I just killed Grogu. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, it's fine. He's fixed. It's good. But head's on a ball joint. That's pretty much all the articulation he gets. You get the little shifter knob there for Grogu, and it's on like a little clear stand. So it's like he's using the Force to pick it up and stuff. We also, on a very similar stand, we have a tiny little rock. Almost looks like he's got a little bit of a smile there. Overall, I mean, not a bad Grogu. Just, you know, we've had Grogus before. We've got her lantern that she was carrying. That's really cool. I do dig that. Interesting, unique looking thing. And then, of course, again, in my opinion, the most exciting accessory or character in this pack. She doesn't have any articulation at all, but here is Morai. And there's a nice little curved gap right here to where you can just kind of have her, you can have her perched on Ahsoka. It would have been nice if she had at least some head articulation, or even like some simple wing articulation like they do with Porg figures, but it is what it is. It's still an awesome, unique VC character release, and definitely worth mentioning, definitely worth notating, because while this is a very simple figure, and a very simple accessory at that, this is a big deal. You know, this is a very obscure character for Star Wars that has had some not big appearances, but impactful appearances, because the whole Mortis Gods thing, that's a pretty big deal, I think, when it comes to the lore of the Force, especially in the sense that there are literal physical embodiments of the aspects of the Force. That was a really big deal, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you all think that's really cool? Is this a pack you had to get? Did you get it because you're a big Ahsoka fan and you really like this version of Ahsoka? Which I do. I mean, this Ahsoka... Here, let me try to fix that a little bit. This Ahsoka really is, I think, great. I love the... okay, that's not going to want to stay on there while her cloak's up. I really do like the Rosario Dawson take on Ahsoka. I love the way she portrayed the character. I think she did it justice in live action. I mean, Ashley Eckstein will always be Ahsoka, and the original Ahsoka at that. But as time changes, as Star Wars evolves, I think Rosario was a good choice and a great face for the character for live action. She's just a fantastic actress. From what I've heard, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, but from what I've heard, she's just one of the nicest people you'd ever meet also. And I can't wait to see her in her own standalone series, Ahsoka, here pretty soon. And for comparison, here she is with her new Mando friend that she meets on Corvus, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. See how those two compare side by side to each other. I think they look great. I think it would look even better when we get a Mando with the Beskar spear as well, but still a great Mando to stand side by side with Ahsoka, just so you can kind of see how they stack up next to each other. And then, of course, you got to have a little Grogu with Mando here. Give him the little shifter knob. Set her lantern to the side, and you know what? We'll just throw this little pebble out there too. Maybe little Grogu's picking up both. Who knows? Stay tuned for more awesome RebelScum.com content. Stay tuned for more vintage collection reviews, because we're reviewing all kinds of different VC pieces all the time. We try to do our best to keep up with it as much as possible. Stay tuned for some of our other content. Make sure you're going to RebelScum.com every single day, because there's always something new every single day on RebelScum.com. Check out RebelScumShop.com for all kinds of awesome swag and merch. We've got t-shirts, pins, and more on RebelScumShop.com. And we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.